G'day everybody, it's Trader Cobb here. It's the 2nd of November and Bitcoin's going berserk. Obviously just, straight up pushing on really hard and fast. And look, I just wanted to sort of, for people that are wanting to trade the strength in Bitcoin, just wanted to sort of show you some ways that I look to do it. And just open the door on how I look at entering shorter term, trading positions in and out, take a profit, move on. So obviously the altcoins that I get involved with, I do that as an investment, but I actively trade Bitcoin when the opportunity presents itself. Now, obviously with it going more or less straight up here on the daily, the opportunities are not presenting themselves on this higher time frame. So what I do is I go to the lower time frames to have a look. So from the 1 day I go to the 4 hour. Again, the 4 hour you can see good convergence here on the MACD, really strong buying. I mean, it would be lovely to see a pullback into here, little bullish candle for a break up, but like back here sort of thing. But we just haven't got that right now. I mean, if it does start to pull back, and that's a big if, it will eventually, of course. What I do is use the fibs to just sort of go, okay, well, if it pulls back into around the 50 to 61%, so between 6,500 and 64, back into these moving averages, small bullish candle, I'll look to trade like that. But of course, we're not there yet. And if we do get there, if the opportunity presents itself, I'll talk you through it. Down to the 2 hours now. Again, it's just been pushing on. There's a little opportunity there. I'm not going to hindsight trade and tell you, oh, I traded there and I've made millions of dollars. That's not my style. Good convergence again on the 2 hours. So the lower time frame is looking really, really juicy at the moment. But this is the sort of thing I'm looking for. Little pullbacks in like this, breakouts, that sort of thing. The 1 hour again, pull back into 6,700, back into here, small bullish candle. Again, good convergence there on the MACD and price. I'll jump down to the 15 minute and see if there's any opportunities sort of presenting themselves. I like little things like this, little flat levels to enter in these sort of parabolic Bitcoin moves. We almost had a flat level present itself up here. Didn't quite do it, but it's kind of in funny land right now. And it looks as though, and I may be wrong, but it looks as though right now, if Bitcoin is to break above this high right here, it looks as though we'll have divergence on the 15 minute, which may suggest we see a larger pullback on these higher time frames. If you're really brave, and I don't suggest everybody does this, but if you're really brave, you can actually look down on these lower time frames like the 5 minute as well. And the sort of thing I'm looking for is like this. It's moved up, pulled away from the moving averages, becomes overextended. And when it becomes overextended, it's almost like a elastic band. It needs to come back to its equilibrium point. The further it stretches, the more likely it is to pull back and give an opportunity. Now something like this, a little small candle like that, obviously, the entry above the high, stop below the low, that presents an opportunity. What it also presents is you've got to be aware that it's a very, very tight stop loss, which means the potential for being stopped out is high. But when we try and include the divergence, the trend, the higher time frames, your probability can be on your side. And obviously, there's a really nice move to be had. I don't try and catch the tops. I don't try and catch the bottoms. I tend to set a target, scale out and let it run for a bit. Maybe have 1 or 2 targets, maybe a third target, and potentially let a little position run. But on these lower time frames, I do like to get out because obviously, as you see here, profit was to be had if you took it. Eventually it did come down below the stop loss and you would have been stopped out. So it's not about holding forever. It's not about being greedy. It's about finding good trades that indicate high probabilities and taking advantage. Right now, there's nothing really setting up here on Bitcoin. We need it to, what I want to see really is a bit more of a pullback. So I'll pull back here, back into the averages, it would be nice. Once again, same thing. I'll use my fibs for a likely pullback position on these lower time frames. If we draw it in here, something back around 6,700 would be ideal. Small bullish candle breaking to the upside. That being said, I mean, Bitcoin is just on an absolute rampage at the moment. And I mean, coming back to the daily, 7,000, it's probably going to be tested today. And I would not be surprised if, we don't quite get to 7,000, but we got close to it. And then we did see a bit of a pullback, a bit of a sell-off. That would be something that would be, ideal really. Give us good entry points. If I draw the fib in once again on this daily between here and here, back at 6,000 is the ultimate spot, back into the moving averages, back into the fib and back into roughly around this old old highs, a little bit of support there as well. So that's sort of what I'm looking at, and I'm just going to keep an eye on Bitcoin, see what it's doing. A good opportunity to pick up some good alts, the ones that you believe in, because obviously they are not having as good a day as Bitcoin. So for your investment sort of stuff, good opportunities there. For your trading stuff, Bitcoin needs to present some opportunities, but looking very good. Once again, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, TraderCobb, COBB, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye for now.